Hi, Miss Moore here, and I am going to be teaching you all today just a brief little bit about how to make some paper. So let me get started by showing you some of the things I have in front of me. I have a blender, just a regular blender. We're only going to be using paper and water, so I don't feel bad about using that in my blender. I can rinse it out and wash it afterwards and feel fine going back to making smoothies. The paper that I'm using is literally just scrap. It's just scrap cardstock, scrap construction paper, scrap anything. I sort it by color usually because I want to make a particular type of color, and in this case I'm doing purple. So I tear it up. The pieces should be about 1 inch by 1 inch or a little bit smaller. You don't want to use scissors, it's a common question I get. You want to tear it because when you tear it, you allow the paper fibers to actually open up, and that's what you're wanting, because once we combine it with water and we blend it up, it's going to all get mixed up. Now, in addition to the paper and the actual blender, I had a container here. I could have used any container. We use the same amount of paper as we use for water. So in my case, I'm going to be able to tell you when I put my paper in here, I'm going to mash it down. Mine has measurements on the side of it. I'm going to mash it down to about 4 ounces. But like I said, if I was using a container that did not have markings, then I would just simply, the same amount of paper I put the same amount of water. So once I have my 4 ounces, and I want to make sure it's really mashed down pretty good in there, then I add my water. So I have some water here that I've already gathered, and I'm going to pour, so 4 times 2 is 8. So I'm going to pour my water up to the 8 ounce line. Okay. It doesn't matter if you use warm or cool water. I typically use warm just because it feels good on my hands, but it doesn't matter either way. Once I have this, I go ahead and I pour it directly into the blender. So let me get this a little bit closer. Pour this right on in. If it doesn't all come out, just use your hand and scoop it. When I start to blend it, it's going to start mixing it up like a smoothie. If it's not going smooth like I like, that is a quick sign I need to add more water. Okay, you ready? Not bad, but I think I do want to add a little bit of water. Run that off. Can add me a little bit of water right in here. I got this water out of the sink, in case you're wondering. That's an old milk container. I'm actually saving it to make a bird feeder out of. But I figured for the purpose of our video, it'd be nice to already have it by my side. Okay, let's do this again. Okay. It looks great. The consistency that we're going for is kind of like a oatmeal. So I can scoop it out, I can put it right in my hand, I can touch it. It's pretty soft actually. So what I do next is, this is where we decide whether we're making a sheet of paper or whether we are making a paper seed sheet that maybe we want to plant in the garden. Due to the fact that it is springtime and I am planning all kinds of stuff right now, I'm actually going to go that route. So what I have a drawer that came out of one of those 3-drawer containers. This is just one of those simple things that I cleaned out the drawer, used it for a little bit, and then I'll put it back later. So then I put this screen right over top of it. This is a screen that I had, this is just like a wooden frame that I have literally staple gunned a loose window screen over top of. I can lay that right on top now, just like so. I'm gonna tilt you down a little bit. Okay. So now I'm going to use my spoon, and I'm actually going to just lay this out into a circle shape, just so you can kind of see that. Just like so. Okay, now I could make this any size or shape I wanted. I could turn this into a little heart. In fact, I'll go ahead and do that too so you can see it. Now, eventually, when we do get to have our art in the garden camp, this is one of the exercises that we're going to be doing. And we are going to be putting seeds in them. We're going to have some that students take home with them to plant in their own gardens. And then we're going to also have some that they can experiment with where they make them and they actually plant them right in their garden right outside of our innovations classroom. I'm thinking about creating a garden in the courtyard, and that's sort of what I'm thinking of where it's going to go, or possibly near the gazebo with our first grade garden boxes. So the way that I'm shaping this, just so that you can see, I am using my spoon and I'm just kind of giving it the shape of a heart. I use the back of the spoon to make those nice edges. Okay, if I was not going to be adding seeds, at this point what I would do is I would lay a loose piece of that window screen right over top of the items I made, and then I would use a miniature, like a trim paint roller, to roll out the excess moisture. That's what the box is for, to catch any of the extra water. Because I am going to be adding seeds, this is where I take a break. Put this down, move my screen back off, let me get my seeds. Now, I'm using wildflower seeds. We are getting ready to plant a garden, or rather add to some things in our garden, and I want to have some flowers, because as we know, we want to have some bees, we want to have some butterflies pollinating, so they're going to be flying around our garden, be extra likely that our fruits will come. So I have seeds in my hand that I've poured right out of here, wildflower seeds. I am now going to just kind of sprinkle these right over top of my paper pulp pad. I'm gonna add a little bit more to my other one. All right. I now lay the screen on top and I roll it out. I roll it out gently. I want the seeds to get pressed down into the paper pulp, but I really want the water that's extra right now in that paper pulp to go ahead and get pushed out and go down into the container. I hold the screen as I roll. This is a non-traditional form of paper making that I have come to love. These hold up very well. And I just store my screens on one of my shelving units downstairs. The pulp that we made today, you can see that we still have quite a bit left. So what I will probably do is put it right in this container, put a lid on it, and stick it in the refrigerator downstairs, and I will use it for a future project. But as for these paper pads we have made here, these will dry. And then once they have dried, I can literally take them right out in the garden and plant them. I miss so many of my friends at school. I miss all of our students, and I'm looking forward to our upcoming camps through Marietta Community School, and I am so excited to be able to partner with them. This is one of the things I'm going to be bringing your way, and there's so many more. Okay, bye everybody. Thanks for joining me.